Good morning, afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be. I mentioned earlier in a video that there would be an upcoming video about copyrights and what we need to know. Well, this is it. So let's go ahead and jump right in and see what we can find out about copyrights. Like I said, today's topic is about copyrights and what we need to know. But first, we have to find out exactly what a copyright is. Basically, what a copyright is an author or original creator that created original work, whether it be literary work or artistic work, where they retain exclusive rights to produce, make copies, distribute, whatever it may be, and however they see fit. They can even transfer their copyright to another individual if they wish to do so. All right, now what about if I'm a hobbyist? Maybe a hobbyist blogger. So how am I protected? And that's probably a question that several of you have. Well, the moment an original literary work or artistic work is in a tangible medium, it is protected from that moment to the end of the author's life. You're probably asking yourself, what is a tangible medium? Now look at it this way. If you're on your computer and using a word processor and you just got done typing your finished product, whether it be a novel, short story, poem, essay, etc., and you printed it out on paper, that's when it became a tangible medium. Another example of tangible medium is the blog, the website. For example, this poem that I published in August of 2015 on my blog became protected according to the United States copyright laws. So this poem is protected from August 2015 to the end of my life. Now that's pretty good. But it does get better. Or does it? Hey, no one told me I died. That's no fair. Well, at least I know my work is protected for another 70 years. That's right, our work is protected for an additional 70 years beyond our passing. And in this example, I died in 2016. So my work is protected until the year of 2086 before it hits the public domain. And as most of us know, the public domain is a free-for-all where anyone can use anything for everything. But you know, as in reality, there will come those times that someone will steal our stuff from our blog or website. It will happen eventually. It will make us upset, among other emotions. But what can we do about it? Well, we can try to find the person's email address and write them politely but tactfully, asking them to maybe give proper credit or take it down. Give it some time because not everyone is on the internet every day. I know I'm not. If that doesn't work, we can contact their ISP provider. We will need to provide the URLs, the website addresses, and we'll also need to show the original work that's ours as well as what they have on their site. Now, sometimes that will work. But if it doesn't, our next step would be the courts. You can try, but courts only recognize registered copyrights. So imagine that if you were a photographer and you happened to catch that once-in-a-lifetime shot of that dragon and vampire flying around the moon. Now, this is something like you got to treat like a gold nugget when you're mining. You need to wrap it up, tuck it away, hide it, get down to the claim office, get that money in your bank. Why? Because you didn't want anyone to know that you had that giant gold nugget right there at that moment. You wanted to protect it. Sometimes with certain works that we do, we may need to go an extra step to protect our work. And at that moment, that's when we have no choice but to go to the copyright.gov website and register that one piece of work. Now, the current fees to file electronically is $35 and $55 for one item. If we file by paper, it's $85. Now, if we file electronically, it can take up to 8 months for them to process the application. And if we file by paper, it can take up to 13 months. But I will mention that if they do approve it, that your work is protected from the date of the application, not the approval date, the application date. So keep that in mind. All right, that's all fine and dandy. But what exactly can we copyright? Well, this is a list from the Copyright Office website that's buried in there. Anyway, this is a list of giving examples of what they consider is copyrightable. And that's for a single application. That fee for $35 or $55. Now, I would like to mention right up here, that's an italicized word, may be eligible. What that means is that if you have filed an application to register your one item, let's say that they were processing and found a glitch. It's going to delay the process time and it will create additional fees on you. Now, on their website, they did not state what those additional fees would be. They just claimed additional fees. So we have to keep that in mind. Now, what to watch out for? Well, this is one example. Mike Tyson's tattoo. This tattoo artist had an agreement with Mike Tyson that the tattoo artist would retain the full copyrights of the tattoo. The only thing is that the movie Hangover 2 replicated the tattoo in this movie. Now, the tattoo artist sued Warner Brothers for it and demanded that they stopped filming. So if anything is very similar to someone else's work, it's considered copyright infringement. And we have to be careful of that, because if they, especially if they have a registered copyright, everything is set in stone, that can mean legal fees for us if we don't pay attention. Another topic I would like to discuss is copyright versus privacy. So let's say a photographer at a Christmas party or birthday party. It doesn't matter about the location. It could be a park, restaurant, someone's home. Doesn't matter. Cell phone camera. Doesn't matter. If the photographer takes a photo of people, that photographer owns the full copyright of the image, not the people in the photo. Now, the person may not want their image on the internet. That's not a copyright issue. That is a privacy or privacy, however you want to pronounce it. And that's when you have to seek out for the privacy laws. Because the photographer that took the image, since he or she owns the copyright to it, can do whatever they like. They can put it on the internet, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, because they own the copyright to it. So that's something as individuals that we have to keep in mind as well too. All right, now Copyrights, there's a lot of gray areas, like fair use, for instance. Now, teachers and students can use portions of our work in their essays or demonstrations, and they won't face any repercussions from it because that's in the law. There are some writers and other people that find it frustrating, but it does help the students and the teachers out when they're trying to do it educationally. So, in the long run, when it comes to copyrights, we know that our stuff is protected from the moment that it is in a tangible medium form. It is protected from the moment it is published to the day we die, plus 70 years. And if we do register it with the Copyright Office and pay our fees, we can leave it in a will to one of our heirs. Now, for the copyright, with our stuff that's on the blog, we don't have to go to the Copyright Office and register it. That is completely voluntary. Because with the way that the copyright laws are, it is protected. But if you wanted to beef it up a notch, we would have no choice but to go to the Copyright Office, submit our application, and pay our fees. But keep in mind, if there is a glitch, it can be an additional fees. And if we didn't know what we were doing, we would have to get a copyright lawyer. And for small towns, that could be anywhere from $100 to $200. And in larger areas like metropolitan areas, that could be $200 to $400, if not more, plus what the government wants you to pay them. All right, so I hope this video about copyrights, as short as it was, because there's still a lot more about it, that this was informative to you. And if you did like the video, please give me a like and subscribe, because I'm going to be doing other videos. One that I'm thinking of right now is trademarks, like logos and designs and so forth. And there's going to be other videos like software reviews. I'm going to be comparing software against Photoshop, the affordable ones, that is. So, please stay tuned for the other upcoming videos, and I do thank you for watching. So until next time, goodbye.